I'm here today at 1914 Wilcox Street, which is a historical carriage home that was just renovated in the heart of Spring Garden, Philadelphia. Today I'm going to meet with Colin Conway and Robin Barua, who are the owners of Waybar Development. They just finished up the renovation on this home. I'm going to ask them a few questions and they're going to show me around. So guys, the first thing that you'll notice when you walk up to this house is obviously it was built a long time ago in the 1800s. So this home is on the historical registry here in Philadelphia. What was that process like for you guys going through and redeveloping something where you had to maintain a lot of those historical features?
I would say it was a challenge. We had to get historical approval for anything we did. So we have all the original windowsills. We had to keep the original front door. We had to get approval for the garage door. We didn't even touch the bricks at all. We kept them 100% original. The addition that we added on the top, we had to do a corrugated metal, again approved by the Historic Commission.
Nice.
Let me tell you about this garage door. This garage door. No, seriously. There was a lot of unexpected costs that came up when dealing with a historical home. You know, we'll give you the real deal here. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. But yeah, you know, garage door was a lot more expensive than we anticipated.
How much was the garage door?
$36,000.
$36,000 garage door in this house.
I didn't pick it.
It's mahogany.
Historical committee picked it. But yeah, other than that, you know, obviously I understand the reason and purpose of the historical committee, and we appreciate trying to keep as much as we can with the exterior of the house. And fortunate enough, the brick was in very good condition when we got it. It was already pointed and everything. So other than, you know, the garage door and a couple other few specs, it turned out to be a beautiful project. And we learned a lot too, for sure.
I can imagine. So one of the most noticeable and iconic features about the home that you notice as soon as you walk in the front door is this incredible custom metal staircase. So I know I came here to tour it before it was in, and I was climbing up like a ladder, and you guys were trying to figure out how to get stairs into this home. So tell me a little bit about how that came to be and what that process was like.
Pretty funny.
Yeah.
Funny story about that one. You want me to tell or you can?
You can go.
All right, well, first off, so we had our metal contractor, you know, try to design the steps. And when we originally tried doing like our normal floating steps, you know, it wasn't working with the code and everything because you're given a tight dimension.
Right.
Yeah.
So we had to get, you know, revised shop drawings, and getting those quotes in with those shop drawings was such a huge range. Could be, you know, 30,000, could be 90,000.
Right.
Just all over. But we finally picked a contractor that was the right fit. And now, but granted, they're Brazilian. So they're trying to piece this together. It comes in 200 pieces, right? And the instructions are in English.
Yeah. So you gotta read the instructions.
No. So you had to convert the instruction manual. I'm telling you, it's like a 40-page booklet.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then, but obviously they've done a great job. And then we wanted to get some warmth to it. So we decided, you know, like, all right, let's try to add some, you know, wood tones to it.
Yeah.
And the treads that matched the flooring was like, you know, after the fact.
Okay.
Because we're just trying to like make it feel more neutral.
Yeah.
Didn't want to be too industrial looking.
And I think you guys achieved that really well because those wood accents on the railing and the wood treads with the black metal, it's like a really nice pop of that industrial feel, but it doesn't feel like you're in a warehouse type setting. No. It's not like the metal treads and like the really, you know, harsh colors.
Initially, it felt that way. It was a little sterile.
Right.
So, I mean, one of the main challenges to get the stairs to work too, it's because we're limited in space. The ceiling heights on the first floor, 13 feet. They're 12 feet on the second to third floor. To get the rise and the run to work, we had to go vertical, and we also had to meet code.
Yeah.
So, as you can tell, there's no windows in the back of the house. So we don't have that much depth. We couldn't do a straight run set of stairs with the normal stringers. We had to keep the front door where it was.
Right.
Because it's historic.
Yep.
So there was a few challenges along the way. It was definitely a learning process, to say the least. An expensive learning process. I do think now that we know the process of getting these shop drawings, the pieces were plasma cut. I think I'd do it again. given the right house.
And how many pieces did you say were in the staircase?
278 pieces in total.
270 pieces
Welded
that had
one
to
by
be
one.
welded.
So.
And I think what else worked out really well with the staircase was that because you have it situated the way that it is, it kind of creates a light well from that, skylight up top.
Skylight's up there originally. So Paul Lorenz from Cano Design actually did the shop drawings, and this was his idea and kind of like his interpretation of being the centerpiece and the focal point of the house. So
knocked it out of the park.
It's pretty cool. It was fun, right?
Yeah. No, honestly, probably most unique staircase.
It's the most unique staircase I've seen in a house, definitely in the city, but probably anywhere, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you really think about it, like the original stairs of the house, they had it all the way on the left-hand side.
Right.
You can imagine how steep it is because the house is shallow.
Yeah.
So
and it came in through the door on the left,
door.
right?
Yeah, the mini 24-inch door.
Like,
So.
yeah, we just had to get really creative, and they even at Canon made like 3D designs. Like, they gave us a little 3D model to see how we can like make this actually work. It's also like floating. It's a freestanding.
Yeah, it's freestanding.
So you have to structurally support it. You need the right materials. So again, a learning process, but we'll definitely do it again on the right project.
Yeah, you guys did a great job with it.
Thanks.
Another feature in this home that I think is very unique is the kitchen. It spans between the dining area and the living area. The living area, you get kind of this wine cellar feel, and then the dining area is more open to your formal kitchen. So how did that come about?
So I guess for us, again, as you noticed, there's no windows in the rear of the house.
Right.
So we kind of wanted to bring the whole floor plan together and let it flow naturally. At first, when I saw it on the architectural plans, I was actually against it because I've never seen a 30-foot long kitchen.
Right.
It was, again, not my first choice, but as it came together and the way the architect described it, and Robin took a lot of time to find the cabinets. I'm sure we can talk about how long you took to find the right wood materials. We do think it kind of brings it all into one main flowing living level, so living, dining, kitchen space.
Right.
I was on the search for the right wood.
Yeah, you found the right wood.
This thing took about 2 months of sourcing, trying to figure out, because our kitchen distributors, they kept giving me like, oh, this is close to your rendering.
Right,
I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
And they're like, are you crazy? I'm like, I have an eye for detail.
Sure.
Like, it just had to make sense. And honestly, for being such a large kitchen, if it was just slightly off, it wouldn't look right.
It's such a focal point of the main living area that if it isn't perfect to fit with the space, it's just not gonna work.
Yeah, exactly. So we just went through a lot of vendors and we found the right one. And yeah, they also, long lead time. It took 4 months to get here, but I think it was very well worth it.
Overseas?
Yeah, in Europe. So it was just that European touch,
Even
modern.
with the moldings, the under cabinet lightings, in.
It really ties the entire living space together.
That's exactly. You have to spend the most money on the kitchen on this particular house.
Especially when you have a 30-foot long kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus you also want everything to be functional.
Yep.
So the key, like every house we design, we want it to be the most functional, figure out how much space you can fit. Like, for a kitchen, everybody wants like as much space as possible.
Yeah.
So you just want everything to flow and have space and make everything very efficient.
And again, I think what makes sense about it is like you have that really entertainment portion of the kitchen out in that dining area, but then when you come into the living space, it's like you have the wine cellar and you have the pantry and things along those lines. So it's like very fit to the space. So another feature that I think turned out really great in this home is the primary bathroom. You picked some very unique tiles in that bathroom, and initially when I first saw them, I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out because they have like a bluish tinge to them, but I think it turned out awesome in the end. So tell me about that process of how you source those.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, so when I was first, we source a lot of stuff, whether it's just through like inspiration online. Like I just be at nighttime just scrolling through TikTok or Instagram. That's just what I do, right?
Yeah.
So
get new ideas.
Yeah, you just kind of mix things together. So anyway, we were presented with this idea for the bathroom, And at first, right, I think it fits, like on the rendering, it fits this house. It's like, all right, you got this cool, character, color, mix.
Yeah.
I think it'll work well through the rendering. We started doing it in real life, and like halfway through, I was like, yo, this kind of looks like a school floor, like a high school floor.
We took a vote, so we asked a bunch of people their opinion and their thoughts on the bathroom.
Yeah.
We literally took a poll, and it was like 70-30. 70% of the people were against it.
Okay.
But where the gentleman who made the renderings from Walk This House, he's like, Colin, Rob, you just have to see it through. It
Right.
has to be fully complete. So halfway through, we literally almost ripped out all of the tiles and almost did a complete redesign. But one of the designers kind of helped us.
That's great.
And kind of pushed us to the end. And I mean, it turned out pretty exceptional. And I think we're all pretty.
Well, yeah, once you start adding like the warm tones
Yeah.
and the vanity and
Correct.
the mirrors, everything ties in. You're like, wow, this is actually like a very sleek, colorful bathroom, but it like fits the house. It's
It
like
does.
meant for just this.
Different. It's the bathroom that almost never was.
Right. And,
Yeah.
and I think there is that interesting dynamic between designers and then builders. It's like sometimes when something is 50% finished, you start to see it and it's not quite what it's going to look like when it's finalized. But if you have that eye for design,
Yeah.
they're like, keep going with it, just see it through. And then it turned out great.
Yeah, we got originally, they said the floor tile and the wall tile looked like a high school hallway.
Right.
So I'm glad that,
Not anymore.
not anymore. Not anymore. We were able to bring it all together.
So let me ask you guys, of all the incredible features with this home, obviously the staircase, the garage door, you have an incredible rooftop deck with gorgeous city skyline views. Do you have a favorite feature about this house, or was there something specific about the house that really struck you and that you're proud of?
I mean, I'll start. I think for me, my favorite feature of the home is the staircase.
Yeah.
I think, again, it was a challenge. It turned out pretty incredible. It really is like a wow factor.
It is.
And I told myself during construction I'd never do it again, but I've been lying to myself. If we
Right.
have the right opportunity to do it, I would. I think my favorite part of the whole project was just being able to restore 200-year-old home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not
Every
an
day that you
everyday-
get to do that.
We do a lot of single families and luxury builds throughout various areas in the city, but this was something that we really kind of put our brains together. We have a good team behind us.
Yeah.
And we were able to execute. And again, during the process, there was ups, downs, left and right, you name it. But I think just being able to buy, purchase, develop, and execute on a house like this, it was definitely a surreal experience.
And that's the main thing, is like the execution was there.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who may have had a vision to take something like this and see it through, but didn't have either the bandwidth or the vision or the time or the money or energy to actually see it to the end. And I think you guys ended up building a great product here.
Yeah, I think with this type of caliber of a home, every detail is important.
Right.
So like, for me, my favorite part is the kitchen, just because I spent so much damn time looking for that wood.
Right.
Hundreds of samples.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, like even like I said, like even our construction team was like, "What's the difference?" Like, there's a difference.
Yeah.
You just know. But all in all, it worked out well. And this is probably a pinnacle house for our company. It's like a statement piece.
For sure.
It just shows like what we're capable of. And if we put all work together and put the time, effort, we can build an incredible product. And this is, our I guess legacy per se.
This is your
like building
showpiece.
it. Yeah,
It's a showstopper.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks so much for your time. Thanks for meeting up and showing me the
Thank you.
place.
Thank
You guys
you.
did a fantastic job. It's
Appreciate
a gorgeous
it.
property.
Thank you.
So there you have it, 1914 Wilcox Street, an incredible, one-of-a-kind property. And it's really cool to see behind the scenes what these developers go through to achieve and accomplish a vision like this. I'll see you next time.